What up, world? What's going on? This is Imperfect Sense right here on UnifiedRadio.tv.
Yes,
I'm wonderful host. I'll go by the name of Eric E. Mr. Dawson, whatever it is you call me, but please, I beg you, do not call me a midget. And I'm going to go ahead and let the rest of the good brothers introduce themselves. Go ahead, Brother Andy.
And Fly, a.k.a. Uncle Drew.
Who's in the building?
Yeah, you know, Flesh 410.
Yeah, you know.
Oh, yeah, trying to my voice today, huh?
Yeah.
I had to back it up. Like I didn't want to sound.
Hey, everybody, listen, man.
off.
Y'all hear Flesh is sounding just a little bit off, man. He got a, his voice box is gone right now.
Yeah,
but we commend him for being here, man. He's a soldier trying to get through it, man. So don't think that we got some type of yas in the building and well, that's not a woman being a man. That's a real man that just lost his voice. So I didn't want y'all to think it was like we had one of those in here. But look, everybody that's listening, looking at us right here on YouTube or listening to us via any of the streaming platforms, whether it's Spotify, Apple, what else we on? SoundCloud,
Podbean.
We everywhere.
Google Play.
Everywhere. We everywhere. Everybody that's listening on all the platforms, man, we thank you. But this is the time we get a disclaimer. Go and get a disclaimer, Andy.
Oh, listen. If you got any issues with religion, politics, race, gender, sexuality, get the fuck off here.
Damn.
That's it. That's it.
It was just straight to the point, my guy.
Hey, that's how we gotta treat them, man. Like, this is Imperfect Sense. Like, we don't got time to cut them cards, man. We need one of them sound bites. Need one of them sound bites. Look, everybody, look, we had a very interesting week. We doing a weekly wrap up right now. A lot of things happened this week, and you know what? Let's jump in. Who we gonna go with it first?
Well, let me just say this real quick. R.I.P. to Toni Morrison.
Who's Toni Morrison?
Why that name sound familiar? That name sound familiar.
You know the one that wrote the screenplays and stuff, the books.
No.
Beloved, she made the movie Beloved.
Okay. Historian.
Okay.
Yeah.
Historian.
Okay.
He had to school us a little bit.
Passed away up in New York.
Mr. Ancestry.com.
I was about to say, man, fuck that. But then it's
I was like,
you was about to get him real quick.
like, fuck is that?
But look though.
It's about that shit, but I'm sorry. We do.
Let's start on some weak ass gossip news. You know what I'm saying? Y'all favorite rapper, A$AP Rocky, got out of jail.
Ooh. He shouldn't have been in jail in the first place.
I agree.
He should. Well, when I seen that video, and he did put his hands on the motherfucker.
What?
They showed the whole video.
Yeah, I saw it today.
But was that video true where they showed the Swedish prison and it looked like a condo? Was that really the jail?
Yo, if that is, I'm cool.
I just need somebody to confirm that. Did you see that shit? Like,
no, I haven't.
I said it looked like a condo. It looked like
you can lock me up there anytime, long as I can get conjugal visits.
Anybody could.
Yo.
Like the way it looked,
I was like, whoa.
They probably got maids and shit.
Wow.
When I seen it, I was like, okay.
Yeah, that
So
condo.
he wasn't in no rush.
Yeah, that condo looked better than
that dude, the young boy who was going at the security guard from filing, because the boy started it following him.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he started it. But you gotta know that he knew he was safe in that country.
Yeah, he knew the rules.
Oh, it was definitely a lot of
rules.
He was following.
Because if he was back, that's what I said. If he was back in America, he wouldn't even attempted it.
You know what? I agree, but still, and I still just
if he was somewhere in Harlem, he'd got his ass dragged.
I don't care if he was in fucking Wisconsin.
Right.
He'd have got the shit slapped out.
You see the security guard, he tried to scare him away, but then he realized that the boy wasn't even going away.
He hit him with the earphone.
Because he already knew the laws over there.
Right.
Like he already knew. They wasn't on
That
American soil.
was their version of a civil suit, right?
You hit me with the headphones and smack shit out
you got to do that.
Yeah, should be locked up too.
But was that other picture true that when A$AP got out and he got in the car with the white girls? Was that really?
Yeah, that was real.
Was that true? Was that true? Was that day?
That was real?
That was real.
Really?
Oh man!
I think that was Trump's bitches.
Yeah, Trump has a lot of those.
Trump's bitches.
Oh my God, that was it. I mean,
that was real.
You cry to the culture. Get me home.
Well, no.
Did he cry to the culture?
He didn't cry to the culture.
What's
name?
That wasn't what was reported.
What's name cried to the culture?
Oh,
Kanye.
He cried to his wife, and then wife cried to Trump.
Cried to Trump.
Man, his wife got a lot of pull.
Because you gotta think about it. He not one time, even when he came home, he didn't say shit about thank the culture. He went straight to Kanye West's Sunday event. and then they said he had a phone call with Trump.
Wow.
That easy.
But that's enough with ASAP.
Yeah.
Glad that he's home, you know what I mean? We never
But that just mean that we owe somebody some money.
Man, I don't know about
No, I'm
shit.
just saying, shit, you pay taxes.
You know what I'm saying?
That shit going straight to Sweden. Well, I don't know what
That's
Wesley
why I'm having
Snipes.
trouble with
I don't know what Wesley Snipes is.
You said they getting money for what? They ain't no business locking them up in the first place.
Hey, look. You ain't
Somebody palms
grease, bro. Ain't no just letting him out easy like that for no reason.
No, the crazy part is the guy didn't go to jail and the security guard
right.
So how was he in jail?
Because he was a high profile king.
I make an example out of him.
And my bodyguard is gonna get fired. Cause ain't no way, bitch. I gotta go to jail, you don't.
Well, that happens a lot though.
No,
but they always target the main figure though.
I don't give a damn.
How many times you heard of?
He's supposed to be like, yo, I smacked the shit out of him.
But listen,
not a
well,
shot.
it's more of a sensational story if you get the top dog. How many
So
times?
can I ask you a question? So if that rule still applies, so if somebody try to get the Trump and then one of the FBI security Secret Service knock him upside his head and throw him down, and should Trump get in trouble for that?
I ain't get in trouble for
I'm
that.
just saying, should
he been grabbing chicks by the pussy and all that other shit.
But no, I'm just saying that because
he on a totally different
I was saying
white
that because
supremacy level.
But it don't even matter. Any type of, when you say those statements like that, when it comes to black entertainers, black athletes, anybody of that stature, the rules already always change for us.
Of course.
Like, it never applies the same, and people don't never want to address that elephant in the room.
Well,
like why that always happens.
Well, I'm glad ASAP home.
I'm not.
Well, I mean, I don't want to see
I don't give a fuck about that. That
What?
motherfucker dropping them weak ass albums.
You said you don't want to see none of us locked up.
No, I don't wanna see
If
none
they
of us
deserve it.
Wearing them fucking dresses.
That's the obvious. But what I'm saying, for something that's petty, like I don't want to see that.
I don't care. I don't want them saying good locked up and then had to face all the
Yo, so
years.
think about it though. I come start shit with you. You tell me get away and try to go away. I come start shit with you. You fuck me up. You go to jail. I start the shit. You go to jail.
Hey,
That
look.
happens all the time.
You see what happened when motherfucking
That's the same shit. That same shit happens here in domestic violence.
No,
She
you
gonna
see,
smack you in your face.
You see when
lock him up.
Future bodyguard got knocked clean the fuck out by a sneak attack, and Future kept walking. Nothing happened to Future. No one said he was involved. None of that. And that's what fuck ASAP should have did. Let my bodyguard beat the shit out of him.
He wanted to be tough.
Exactly. Harlem shit.
Let's stay in the music world. Let's stay in the music world with his weekly.
Harlem was wild.
With his weekly wrap up. Let's stay in the music world. Rick Ross dropped the album.
Yeah.
How y'all feeling about that? You know,
that shit is A1.
A1.
Yeah.
You feeling it? I think he's album wise has been the most consistent rapper. What, the last 7 years maybe? Something like that. Like,
I agree.
Yeah, I ain't get a chance to listen to it. I was in Medellin, Colombia, so you know.
You know that salt water.
He was over there with
you know that salt.
He was over there with French Montana playing with the monkeys.
So you know,
playing with the monkeys.
Yeah, he ate the wrong spicy goat. That's why his throat messed up right there.
You got jokes.
Man, ain't gonna try to say my man ate some saltwater trout. Come on, man.
Okay. They can have it this week.
But staying on the lines of Rick Ross' album, I think Rick Ross has been arguably the most consistent rapper within the last decade. I know a lot of people like to give that flag to Drake, but I don't know.
He made good music, man.
Who, Rick Ross? He make very good albums.
And they're not just music; they'll make albums.
Make great mixtapes.
Yeah.
He just makes good music, which bothers me because now
crazy.
Him being so consistent. When we always talk about the greatest rappers of all time, and everybody has their criteria, he has yet I seen to ever be mentioned.
Bruce A.
He's never
know
mentioned.
why? Know why? Because these fake gangsters still loving 50 Cent. Calling them Officer Ricky and this and that. When their aunts and mothers and fathers are COs.
Yep.
And
So you saying the street code is stopping him from being in everybody's
Yo,
top
but that's
record?
yo. I don't call it a street code. It's just street stupidity, yo. I don't even want to call the streets even street codes anymore.
Because it ain't really a code.
There's no code.
It's fabricated.
And then
It's imagination.
Streets today, man, they thought process on music and everything. It's just dumb. It's like just stupidity just became what they call streets. At the end of the day, Rick Ross, even back then, and I'm a big 50 fan. Y'all already know that. I'm a big 50 fan.
We know.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, Rick Ross,
like everything 50 and light skin.
Rick Ross.
Yo pulled up with the F.
But what you know,
the cucumber flavor. I said, what is
we the only ones that liked it though. I did like it.
It was good.
I did like it.
It was refreshing.
Oh, you talking about the Afro joint?
But I liked it though. I liked it though.
Yes, when Afro
It
came
was
out,
a
I supported
refreshing
that.
vodka.
You know,
Yeah, it was.
That shit tasted like Subway in a bottle.
But y'all drunk that shit.
I fucked it up. I fucked it up. That shit
I actually
was
gave the rest of mine.
that shit was like a liquid salad.
What is this, a mojito?
I was like,
Look,
I was like, you know
the
what?
people at effing, I like the cucumber vodka, man. Send that thing right over here.
No,
Yeah, you check my alcohol. I still
We
rock
used
the
to see it
Afro.
like,
Ciroc.
it's not bad.
Yeah,
no. Send me something better.
But Rick Ross, right? I was talking about him not being in a top rappers list when people arguably talk about who's the top rappers of all time. We got to address the elephant in the room, the shit we've been debating before the camera started rolling.
Yeah.
This top 50 list, whoever the fuck made this bullshit list,
Mom,
whoever made, first of all, whoever made this list had to be born in the year 2000.
No. The funny part is, y'all don't understand. I wasn't even made aware of this list, but immediately when it came out,
I was
jumped on Marco Polo.
I was
It was on 10.
You was on 25.
Yeah.
This
goddamn list.
Yeah, I was, man. Like, I don't really emotional.
Yo, I was dying laughing
Because
watching
But it
that.
was like he did 3 videos back to back talking about the same list. Yo, and they got such a shit.
Shout out to the Marco Polo app, man.
Yeah.
Like, we were talking on the Marco Polo video app. And I did get a little,
This
I acted real light skin.
Like, look, light skin.
I acted real light skin, yo.
Like,
I blacked out because the list pissed me off. And I'm not even so much mad at the Joe Button ranking that everybody else was mad at number 3. I was mad.
I didn't see the list.
That was what sparked it.
Tell him where Joe Button ranked at.
He ranked at number 3. Which whoever listen, hold.
Look his face.
Hold, wait a minute, hold. Let me finish. That's what sparked the controversy. It wasn't about
I don't know
who
who made the
on the
main
list.
question
It
on
was
Joe Button's
it was sparked because people felt as though Joe Button didn't deserve the number 3 ranking. I didn't care where Joe Button landed. All I'm saying is, first of all, whoever made the shit don't know hip hop because it wasn't. Wait, listen. It wasn't one female on the list,
Which is crazy.
which is insane.
Which is crazy.
Then on top of that, it was people that wasn't even mentioned on the list. Like, people, how you don't put Big Daddy Kane when he birthed a lot of them? How you don't,
How was Lauryn Hill not past some of these motherfuckers before I even look at this list?
Well, Lauryn Hill, you can't even trust she's gonna show up for a show.
Hey, look.
That's fucked up.
Shit.
But the thing is, like, Q-Tip wasn't on the list.
How?
Talib Kweli wasn't on the list.
How?
Pharrell Munch wasn't on the list. And how the fuck is Chaos One not on the list?
Listen, if they say of all time, meaning from the beginning to now, the names that you just named, how the fuck are they not on the
How's
list?
Master Ace not on the list? How's Mike Geronimo not on the list?
They had Jay-Z, Nas, Joe Button, Styles P, and then Black Thought.
Remy Ma wasn't on the list. Little Kim, MC Light. None of these, nobody was on this list.
And as I kept on going down the list, this is what confused me. The first thing, God bless the dead, stack bundles. But the people underneath of stack bundles, I saw some names like LL Cool J.
No, hold on. Let me run it down for you.
Please run it down.
So 42 started with stack bundles, then 8 Ball, Big Pun, The Game, LL, Rick Ross, 50, Busta Rhymes, and Lloyd Banks.
Yo, I was tripping. I said, what the?
I said, yo, rest in peace to Dad.
Yeah.
And I love School. Damn, I love my nigga, right?
Look at it. That's what I kept on trimming about. You see, there you got my face. I said, wait.
But you would not disrespect. I
have my phone up like this.
Yo, matter of fact, is Common on that list?
Yeah, he number 18. Underneath of
Can I ask you a
30,000.
question? How is Joe Buttons better than Method Man?
Yo,
Now, the one thing I did agree, I told you, Ghost.
Ghostface definitely.
Yeah.
But
I'm not mad at Ghostman, but how Jizz ain't on the list?
hold up, time out, pause. And y'all know I'm a bully, right? And I love Beans, right?
Gilly the Kid not on the list.
But how did Beans go over top of Rod Kim?
That's what I'm saying.
Who was this?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Bully.
Whoever made this list was born after the year 2000. You know when 2000 came, people thought the world was going to end. People started buying canned meats, started stocking up on water.
Yeah.
That's one of them babies that was made that night when you thought the world
The
was
only
going
thing
to
I
end.
see that's correct about this whole thing, and it's very important, who number one is.
But he's arguably number
Yeah.
one on everybody's
Yeah,
list.
yeah.
I'm not
Yeah,
even
argue
mad.
that.
I'm not even mad
And number
if he
50,
goes.
right.
If he
That's
goes,
Jay-Z.
he's
Jay-Z
going to
phenomenal.
be 1 to 3 on anybody's list.
Yeah,
That's
and I'm not even mad by that.
And Lloyd Banks at 50, I'll take that.
Lloyd Banks
Over
said
Joe
50.
Buttons.
I mean,
Under Joe Button.
Yeah, under Joe Buttons. You saying Joe Buttons better than
Yeah,
Lloyd Banks?
Joe Button definitely better than Lloyd Banks.
wait a minute.
Have you really heard Joe
Wait a
Button
minute, wait a
really,
minute,
really
hold up.
spit?
Wait a minute. I
No,
don't-
have you heard Joe Button really, really spit?
Okay, he's
I
on
like
the
But
list.
he's
Joe
not
Buttons.
better. But
I
he's
went-
he's not better than him, man.
Joe Buttons, you gotta really check Joe Buttons.
Bro,
Joe Buttons.
Joe
he's a
Buttons-
hell of
the
a
funny
writer,
thing, if you're gonna put Royce and Joe, where the rest of the slaughterhouse?
though.
Word.
Yeah, exactly.
Where's Joel Ortiz? Come
Yeah.
on, man.
Hold up, yo. This the shit that really sparked my fire too, right? When I seen this, right? Because, alright, DMX is 22, right? But the people, you had Lupe over top of DMX, and then I love Cole. Then Cole was over top of him. But why they do Erykah Badu Baby Fathers like that? Like boyfriends like that, you know?
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm pissed looking at this shit.
Yo,
The first.
And Cameron over top
I'm
of
trying not
Bun
to
B.
get upset on camera.
Oh yeah, Cameron above, but damn, that's crazy.
Cameron above Lil Wayne and Killer Mike.
Like, come on, man, but
And Ice Cube. And AZ. And Mace.
Yeah, Mace made it.
Bro, Mace is nasty, bro.
He is nasty, though.
I
Yo.
think Sticky Fingers better than Joe Buttons.
who nasty?
Mace nasty, bro.
Mace got some shit with him, though.
Oh,
But
Mace
he's not
nice,
top
yo.
50, though.
Yo,
He
Mace
nice.
nice.
I don't think
Mace definitely nice.
Mace better than Joe Buttons. Murder Mace is better than Joe Buttons.
What you talking
I ain't
about?
gonna say
What you
all
talking
that.
about? What you talking
Crazy.
about?
I ain't gonna
Big
say
L not even on this trip.
E40 not on the list.
Yeah,
either.
that's what.
Yo,
Thank you. Thank
Big
you.
L.
L ain't even on the fucking list. I was like, yo,
But
come on,
I
y'all.
posted that on Facebook.
You did. You did.
Yo,
You
so
did.
whoever
You
made
did.
the list, like,
You did. Damn, keeps it
yeah,
man.
and no females on there, man. Crazy.
And I definitely would take like a Remy over some of these motherfuckers.
Yo, that's what I'm saying, man. Look, it's crazy. There's no Lady Luck on there.
I really don't like. And then the thing that
No Miss
kicked
J.
it off, the thing that made it worse was when it said in order. So it's not.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I'm not looking like I just write down 50 people real quick.
Can I
They
ask
said
one question
in
to
order.
the class? Can I ask one question to the class?
What, yo?
Where's Guru from Gangstar?
Yo,
It's a lot of people.
It's a lot of people, man.
Where was Q-Tip? Where
And I
was
know-
where
and I know
was
some
where
of
was
the
Big
people-
Myself?
No.
Where was Fife though?
well, I was gonna
Yo.
say you just took it out my
Yeah.
mouth, bro. Where the fuck is Fife, bro?
Yo, you know what's the crazy part? The motherfuckers at today that's gonna watch this shit and go, who are these people they're talking about?
You know what? I think we need to do another one of these and another one of the
I think
top groups.
I think nobody.
You do that.
I
Because
don't
Fife
think,
was part of a
I don't
group.
No,
think
you know what?
anybody born before 1990 should be able to make any top 50 rappers list because you don't know
Then
your
you
history.
started saying the fuck shit that
But
started coming
what I'm
out.
saying, because it's like, if you don't know your history,
Oh, man.
if you don't know your
Nigga?
history, how can you
Lil
make
Durk.
an opinion?
No, Lil Durk's. You seen Lil Durk's top
Oh
50?
yeah, that was some fuckery.
Don't
No.
even give him
Nope.
no airtime, yo.
Nope.
And I knew it had to be somebody who was kind of in the 2000 range.
Nope.
I didn't see Meek Mill on
Yo, I
At
don't
first
want
I
to
was
fucking
thinking-
hear that.
Nope.
Yo, I don't like.
I am.
How can you make a top 50
Hey,
and don't know the history?
So look, Lil Durk,
Lil Durk.
he said top 50 rappers. First,
I know.
Meek Mills. Second, Lil Baby. Lil Uzi. Young Thugger. Future. Drake. Lil Durk. Nigga, y'all made a list and still.
What is that
Yo,
list?
I never seen a motherfucker make a list and still put him like fucking 7.
Yeah, he said, I shouldn't be 6, but I know I ain't lower than 9. So,
Yo, hold on, y'all. Let me just read the last 2. I'll give you change. Right?
No, you can't help it, y'all.
Lil Durk, Money Bag, yo, Nicki Minaj, and fucking City Girls.
Yo, he's talking about.
And the shit that make it worse,
yo,
because him and G Herbo cool,
yo,
and then G Herbo underneath the City Girls,
yo, listen,
I would have called him up like, shoot 50, and I'm talking about bullets. 300, bitch.
Hey, yo, listen, let me tell you something. He must have misunderstood. It can't be greatest of all times.
Yo, it say Lil Durk's top 50 rappers of all time.
But what do we have? Do we have any old school rappers that's not rapping
Hold up, look. So then he put on that J. Cole, The Migos, PNB Rock, Kodak Black, Young NBA Youngboy.
what's this, the Yabba Dabba Do list? Everybody that like
21
Savage. You don't even know what the hell they saying.
He got Cardi B on
there.
there.
They gotta say it no more.
He got Cardi B on there.
Man, look. Cardi B,
Whoa!
Cardi B can
Whoa!
rap all of them, dog.
He got Blueface on it.
Now, and I'm glad you brought up Blueface. I'm glad.
We know what his list shows.
I'm glad you brought up Blueface because this gives me the segue right into the next part.
And he disrespected
This
Nipsey.
dude Blueface,
Nipsey
right?
was number
I'm not
46.
gonna say Blueface is sorry as fuck.
No, he
I'm
ain't.
not gonna say Blueface doesn't rap on beat. I'm just gonna say Blueface just ain't for me. That's for a whole.
I ain't gonna lie though.
That's for a whole nother
That
pill
one
popping
little,
culture.
that one little shit that
I'm
he
not
just
gonna let you
released,
give him any validation.
that shit was fire.
But listen, why is it a problem? The only thing I like that shit with the Blueface shit about him not rapping on beat. Like
That's just his style.
that's his style.
G
Because
Herbo.
What you call him, birth that? Silk the Shocker.
Oh, he was trash.
But he birthed that.
He did birth
Speaking
that.
of
I give you
Blueface,
that.
speaking of Blueface,
100
he
bitches.
came out this week and
1,000.
said he slept with 1,000 women in the 6 months.
Under 6
If
months.
this ain't the biggest line on your dick segment of all
Yo,
time.
it's possible.
My man said he did
I'm going to walk out.
twosome,
on you.
threesomes, and fivesomes,
Yo,
bro.
it's possible, yo. In his stat, it's possible.
He said he did fivesomes.
Oh my God, yo!
Yo,
It's
remember,
possible.
you just gotta think about
It's
it. He just had
possible, yo.
2 bitches in the house, and one was fighting for him. That's 3 right there.
Yo, it's possible, yo.
And then his girlfriend said they used to do triple
Yo,
double deckers.
all
you
he
know
has
what
to
I'm
do is get it in. That's it. If he got 10 women there, and then
And
he
he
poking,
put- he put the-
he's thinking at each one of them real quick. That's 10 bodies. That's 10 bodies.
If he put the head in, that's 10 bodies.
Yeah. But they don't
check
count if he used a
that?
condom.
Ew!
Because you can't feel it. You're not really feeling it. You fucking the condom. So technically you could be lying. Because it don't count when he left. Yo, he left.
He left the station.
He left
Because you just fucking the condom. But women, when y'all use a condom, it still counts as a body. Because it's still going in you. But when a guy uses a condom, it don't count as a body. I'm just saying.
He said 1,000, bro.
6 months.
Oh yeah, 1,000, yeah. It's possible.
If let's do it a multiple of 10.
Hold on, you know what? Let me get a pen. Let me get the pen.
So usually it's like it's 30 days in a month.
Yo, you gotta talk louder. You
Listen.
gotta talk louder.
So you mean to tell me, let's say you end up fucking for 100 days straight. You tell me you can fuck
And rap.
10 women for 100 days straight.
And rap. And do a
And
concert.
do shows. And go
Yo.
on tour.
if you got 20 girls in the room and you get your dick inside of all 20 girls, that's bodies. You don't have to complete a nut. All you gotta do is get it in there.
It ain't enough latex or Truvada pills you can take to stop you from getting.
What the fuck is Truvada pills?
Truvada, you got cable. And it's not for you 5-stick people. This 5-stick really got cable. Commercials come on, right? They got cable, not you 5-stick people. But Truvada is some type of sex pill that helps you not get the bug. So he got to supply that shit.
He got it, yo.
No, he got to.
I'm really doing numbers
for you, yeah, for the 30. I'm just trying to see.
You can have 25 girls and women in a room, and if you have an orgy and you stick your dick in there, even if it's 1 or 2 humps, think about it. You can always go, I fucked her. You didn't finish.
Next.
Yeah, you didn't finish, but you
Bang,
can
bang,
always
next.
go, I fucked her.
Bang, bang,
Because you know what she feels like. It's possible.
I think he's lying.
Oh my God.
I think he's lying.
Listen, I don't know if he's lying, but what I'm trying to say, in 6 months, it's possible.
1,000 women.
It's possible.
Not 100. Not 200.
It's possible.
Not 300.
It's possible.
Not 400.
It's possible.
1,000.
It's possible.
I'm going to disagree with that shit.
Oh, yo, 217 days. That's my birthday, 217. So yeah, 217 days to get 1,000 buys.
That's easy, yo. Multiply by 10. Multiply by 10. It's easy to get.
On a lighter note, Snowfall has been renewed for another season. Yes. On a lighter note, shout out to Snowfall, man. One of the greatest programs I've ever seen. I don't know, but whoever took over after John Cena, they doing a hell of a job, man.
Crazy,
So
man. This season
shout out to the cast of them. Power's getting ready to come back up.
Yep.
What we about a week away from Power, a week or 2 away from Power.
Yep.
The final season, so I'm definitely looking forward to those things, man. And speaking of
So he
Snowfall,
had hit 4.6.
you still we left that shit.
4.6 bodies a day.
We done with that. We done.
Which makes it possible.
We're done with that.
That's damn. That's actually true.
But look, no.
Thank you.
And see, this is the propaganda shit that they really get. See, you're smarter than that. Don't let them do this to you. Don't let them. Flesh is on his fucking bullshit.
Because you think about it, you know.
Don't let nobody think about nothing.
It's possible.
You do 2 a day. Everybody
Yo,
does
he's
2 a
counting
day.
the same bitch, yo. Stop, yo. He's counting the same woman.
Oh my God. But like I said,
To that nigga.
Snowfall,
Okay, yeah, you're right. Let's
Empower,
Till that nigga come up with proof.
We need
Snowfall,
proof.
Snowfall and Power.
All
right?
1,000.
Still falling in power.
Shows lead that talk about that really talk about the drug culture, man. It leads us into something that happened in Baltimore that's very sad when we talking about street culture, man. We talk about a young officer that was shot on his front lawn. I believe that it made national news, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
What's the officer name?
His
Isaac
Ike.
Ike or Isaac.
Yeah,
We got to get his
something.
name. I don't want to disrespect his family.
Yeah.
But
Isaac Carrington.
Isaac Carrington, he was shot.
43, 22-year-old. I mean,
22-year vet with the
yeah.
Baltimore City Police Department. Special prayers out to him,
Yes.
his family, because I believe he's still on life support. So it's not a laughing matter. Like, there's some lot of ignorant ass people out here don't even know what he was gunned down for. I don't know what a lot of people out here gunned down for.
Nope.
But when you seeing stuff like that, you know, it used to be officers used to be protected. Now it's just like,
Yeah.
you know, anybody's fair game out here these days.
Yeah.
Women, children,
Yeah, but-
officers.
But you gotta understand, like, the same, like, I wasn't there during the 60s and when things got really bad and motherfuckers getting killed with Uzis and the crime rate was high. But like I said, history repeats itself.
Used to love the Uzis.
You know, back then the police department fell out of grace with you know, society, and then shit got out of hand. And then people were dying at a high rate, and then at some point people felt as though enough is enough and law had to be enforced again. All that's happened is that we are creating the same habit all over again. Because at the end of the day, especially when it comes to black culture, what pisses me off and me growing up in the hood is the simple fact of our people have lost a sense of what authority and responsibility really is. Like even in the household. I used to, when I was immature with my language, I used to be like, you picked up European behavior, like living barbaric, because we normally had order and structure. You know, our parents, our great parents, grandparents could tell you that your neighbor used to whip their ass. Everybody,
a village.
It was a village. But we have gotten to the point. We have gotten to the point now because of systematic slavery and using law enforcement to subject, political, views and getting money through the prison system. Now it made the police officers are just the face. They was giving order. A lot of them guys that's out there doing what they ain't supposed to be doing was given a pass to do that, and it made it bad for everybody else. So now we in a society now where police are being challenged every single time. Even if they're doing their job, they're being challenged. And now you have corporate America stepped into law enforcement where it was paramilitary. Paramilitary, no matter what, you had to be there. You had to do your job. Ain't no ifs and buts about it. But now it's corporate America mixed in with paramilitary. So now you got new people coming in being law enforcement.
It's too many hands in the pot.
Yeah. Now it's
that's what
so now new people in, and now you dealing with a culture that's quote unquote fighting back, but they're fighting every police officer.
Well, can I say this? Like I'm not gonna lie to you. When I was younger, I 110% hated police. 110%. Until I got older, and then I started thinking about my actions and the things that I did, and realized my faults in the situation. But what I'm saying is, what I don't like, right? And we got these blog sites and different sites that's reporting the shooting of this officer and officers that get shot. I hate when people don't have empathy, sympathy, and just say the most inhumane shit about somebody just because they got on a badge. We understand that it's bad apples out here, right? But it's also a lot of good apples on that tree.
But you got to
understand. It's men and women that put on that badge that got children that they need to go home to. And I hate that attitude of people.
But I want people to understand this. When you look on social media and you look at the negative comments of people that can see anybody lose their life, and they didn't do anything wrong, no matter what their profession. Once they go good, that's what they get. Those are the people that's the problem. They're just not police officers.
Absolutely.
No, because that same person could be a lawyer, a judge, a police officer, work in the hospital, got to work on, like you got doctors that don't want to work on motherfuckers because they black and don't care if they die. Like, don't have that passion, have the passion there. Those people who put negative comments, people like to look at the outer exterior and judge a person off their profession and how they look. But if you judging a person off of that, you the fucked up person.
I agree.
You the fucked up person.
But a lot of the motherfuckers that judge or saying that shit be the first people to call the police when they need them.
Yeah, well.
So I don't even.
Well, thanks.
I don't even.
This is the thing that I stopped commenting with people about things when I realized that I'm not going to have an intellectual conversation, because one person said this: I don't like police. I say, yeah, but you the first one to call them. They go, yeah, because they supposed to do their job.
But then when they do their job, you mad. But they mad when an officer do their job to somebody that they love and their family or their friend. Yeah. That's what people hate. When the police come get somebody that you love.
But that's what I say. Everybody has their own biasness. Everybody does.
I used to be that person back in the day.
Not even just with that. I'm just saying that everybody has their own biasness, and they don't even realize that they're biased in their thought process because they really don't evaluate themselves. They just stay on the quote unquote, looking at what goes on social media. But everybody has bias. Black people have biases towards whites, police, anything that brought a negative light on it, and then vice versa. White people got biasness against black people. It's just the way that it is. People don't want to deal with themselves first. They ready to argue with everybody else. And I tell people all the time, if
black people have biasness towards other black people.
Exactly. Exactly. So until you ready to deal with your biasness, I don't think anybody should have a right to talk about anybody else. Agreed. That's just my opinion.
Agreed. You get ready to jump in there, Conway?
I'm just saying, like, it's easier to shit face on somebody else instead of looking inside, because it's like, oh, he's an officer and I just got pulled over, so fuck him. Or, oh, the paramedics didn't help my family, but the whole time you are arguing with the paramedic before to see what the fuck going on, when you should let them do their job. Exactly. Get them on the stretcher and get them help.
But this other thing, at what point?
But hold up. But that's why now they have to say that the person died at the hospital.
Yeah.
Because if they say that they died and you prevented me from getting them help, then it's a whole new suit and all this other shit. So now they gotta say that the person died in the hospital.
Lawsuit, the money and all that shit. Played a big ass part. I remember back in the day, remember that lady a long time before lawsuits really started getting out there in society as the norm. Remember back in the day, the lady who was choking on something in the restaurant, and the guy went to go do the Heimlich and accidentally broke her rib, but he saved her life.
Yeah.
She fucking sued them.
Yeah,
Like, and then it started making people go, well, I ain't helping the motherfucker when they choke.
And that's where we at in the world.
And that's where we at, because, like I said, we let politics and the laws start taking control of everything instead of just being regular, decent human beings. And this is what we come to.
And you know what's the crazy shit? Like, I ain't gonna say, but when I was outside before doing this radio shit, right? And I had a job, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I had my CPR license and all that shit. So a lot of people that was around me knew that. But even back then, I could see you choking, dying. I would not help. And it wasn't because I was like a heartless person. It was because if maybe you were already to a point where I couldn't help you, I didn't want nobody to say, oh, it was his fault because he started doing this and this and that.
Exactly.
So I was like, fuck.
And that's why I hate people today that always want to talk about what somebody else do. They go, well, it don't matter what that is. You should have done the right thing. But I be sitting there going, nobody does the right thing. Because if the majority of the people done the right thing, this whole country wouldn't be fucked up. It's fucked. And I'm saying it's fucked up because everybody who's watching this show, who always on social media, the mass majority of people in this country are fucked up. That's why everything's fucked up. If everybody was good people, it wouldn't be bad. You got to think about that. The only people that can make things right and make a place a better place for everybody, regardless of your race, your gender, or anything, it's the people.
And have
and have accountability. So if everybody if most of us were good people, the country would be a good place. But it's not. Everybody's arguing their side like it's better, and it's not, because your side is trying to argue back with a biasness because you want to be the elite.
Instead of everybody saying, like, how is this going to affect all of us?
All of us, exactly. And that's why I had a conversation with men. I said, I'm glad that my life experiences helped me become wiser, because we had a whole bunch of men arguing about their belief system. And all I said to them all the time is, at the end of the day, we men, all of us got to live on this planet, so we cannot talk about each other and try to say who's right, who's wrong, who better. We still got to coexist. We still got to have some ground where we all meet to have peace, even if it's something that we truly believe in. And that's the problem. We want to get on social media, do all this stuff, and we want to argue bullshit all day long about our point of view, saying that my thought process is better than yours. But the fact of the matter is that you have a right to believe in how you feel. Just don't let it be negative where it affects someone else.
See, and that's why I don't like what they call them, the Israelites, the little sheep wearing guys. Like, no,
yeah, no offense, but sheets.
Yeah, whatever.
Because the clan wear sheets too.
Same to me. But because it's like, you'll have them out there, right? And they won't come to an area where it's like predominantly black. They'll go to an area like that, but because if you
why go where you know you're gonna get fucked up?
But that's the thing. If you're trying to show something and say you can better something, and you're supposed to go to the people where it's actually fucked up at. But they'll go downtown, any city, and then be like, oh, see a white guy walking past, you're the devil and I could catch it in the Bible. I know you the devil, da-da-da-da. But then, when that devil reacts and blow your brains off, then you want me in my neighborhood to be like, oh, this devil just blew his brains off. It's like it's okay for anybody to do it.
Look at the behaviors, yo. People only do things and say things where they're comfortable. That's why social media is a big thing. People can say what they want behind the comfort of their computer because they're not subjected to anything.
And it's not going to be any repercussions.
It's not going to be any repercussions. Most of the people in this country are cowards, bro.
Don't do it. Because you can already do it.
Yeah, Conway. Most of the people who comment on social media are cowards.
Yeah.
They stay with that. They argue their point. They argue their point.
Fake account ass motherfuckers hit me up again.
Not even just the fake account. People who show who they are. They'll sit on there all day, rest in peace. This stuff has got to change. The world's about to place, but they're not doing nothing to change it. They're talking, and then they go back to their regular lives. They're not in their communities. They don't know the people in their communities. Their community association. They don't know nothing. They just running their mouth.
You'll hear them talking.
No, you got the ones that's in the community that's not in the community.
But I'm just saying
that's
that. What I'm saying is that they stay in the house. The computer is just an outlet for them to vent, but they're really, but they act like they're doing something they're really not.
They're just talking.
It just gives them a sense.
Social media is just a vessel for them to feel important.
Exactly.
Let me say this though, to go back to what both of y'all said about how people want to criticize the officers. Let's jump into how the officers, them same people that criticize them, that call them first. We have some mass shootings this week.
Yes.
Okay. Now this is the time that people. 911, y'all gotta get here, y'all gotta get here.
Right.
And, rest in peace to everybody that lost their lives in this mass shooting. And shout out to the officers, the first responders that got there.
El Paso.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
But
right.
when things like that happen, then you want to cry to the police, right?
Mm-hmm.
And to stay on the mass shootings, that was very racially driven. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because he definitely said that he was there to handle some of his white supremacy.
And the biggest threat to America is the privileged white man.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
They are the terrorists of this country.
Yes. They listen.
They are the terrorists of this country.
And listen, when we saying white men, not all, just that old Trump era, they gotta die with. I know they still breeding some people, but
they gotta get up out of
Let me tell you how life.
They've been the biggest terrorists since the 1600s.
Now that we talk, you know what just popped in my head? Let me tell you what popped in my head. Don't get me wrong, nothing is justifiable when you have when you do anything wrong when you're in law enforcement. But remember that movie Traffic? Remember the cop? Remember the cop? The white cop who stopped. You just popped in my head. This is real. This is real life. How we are, how we operate as humans. Remember how he felt up the black lady in front of the black man, the white cop. He felt her up right in front of the husband. And
you talking about with Terrence Howard? That wasn't Traffic.
What movie was that?
No, you talking about this?
Crash.
That was Crash. I knew it had something to do with some type of.
Anyway,
that was a good movie.
Yes, it was. But really, that movie let you see. Yeah, but listen, but still, that movie helped you see how people actually are. You had a white cop who was biased when he saw that black, that black couple together.
The movie spoke truth.
Listen, and it spoke truth. But even still, right when the car was flipped over, he went to go save somebody, and he saw that it was black, but he didn't go let him burn. He went to go try to help her, but then realized it was the one who he molested. See, he didn't look and saw a black person to go, oh, I'm gonna let the black person burn up in the car. He went to go help and save a life, but he realized at his lowest point, or whatever it fucking was, his biasness, now he looking at the same person who he fucking violated. And that's just how we are as humans. Yeah. That's how we are. We have high moments and we have low moments. Yeah. And these cops out here, you can have a cop that done 1,000 things, 1,000 good things. And he had a fucked up, who knows, bad wife, relationship going through, and then he came to work and at one moment got caught on camera, and he was judged for the rest. That's just the way life is.
But that's the way society is. Because you can't show your mistakes on camera.
Because the creation
everybody's so perfect. You can't show your mistakes on camera.
Especially black folks.
Just say we leave here, right? And one of us goes somewhere, and somebody just so happened to got a phone out, and me, you, and to do something stupid that we wouldn't do on a regular basis.
No, you would do it on a regular basis.
Yeah, I probably would.
Okay.
Because
they got the camera, but the people that watch this or look at me in a different way, they're gonna start now judging me before asking me what happened.
Yeah, exactly. Let me tell you something. And cops, old school cops that retired, that had to retire because all this said this, that back in the day when somebody would rob an old lady or a woman and pistol whip her, beat her side the head and she bloody, and they would see, they call the police and they show up, and then they find the person, like chase the person down and catch him. They said they would kick his ass because they know the court system will let him come back out the next day.
Right.
And they used to fear that. They would say, oh, you want to rob a woman, you want to rape a woman, you want to do this, and they would get him. They said, but now it's like they wouldn't even do it because they go, even though they doing that, they're not gonna throw their life away anymore. So now the streets going, I have no consequence anymore.
Yeah, because
they didn't care about going to jail.
Came on a beat.
Yeah.
They came on a beat. Shit, I got my ass whooped.
Yeah.
By some old cops before.
Remember when we was growing up, cops knew who the knuckleheads were and
Yeah,
wasn't.
of course.
And they used to tell you, when you doing this wrong, they used to make you pay for it. But they used to tell you, stay away from such and such, they no good.
Time out though. I ain't gonna lie. When the fucking knockers was out, this shit wasn't cracking like it is now.
Yeah, that's right. You right.
I ain't gonna lie. I got picked up and dropped down motherfucking Towson before. You feel me? I got picked up and dropped down fucking Dundalk and had to walk all the way past East Point home.
But the problem was this. But this the problem that morally, this has nothing to do with law, but morally, if you wasn't doing nothing wrong, they shouldn't have did it.
Oh yeah.
But
I can't.
But
I don't know what no one else is doing.
But that's why I said. That's what I said. But remember, the streets back then, when we were growing up, we knew, because I never got involved in it. But growing up in the hood, you knew if you sold drugs and lived that street life, then if the cop went upside your head, it was a fucking consequence for it. Like, you didn't cry about it, you knew it came with the game.
You know, but also what I want to say real quick, also, I remember back in the day, even the hood dudes used to police certain shit.
Facts.
Like, you couldn't just go and start going around
because you
raping
start messing
women
with the money and all that shit.
Smacking old people upside their head. Nah.
Yep.
They just going to drag you before the cops came.
OGs.
Okay, we dragged them. And then if you want to go call the cops, call the fucking cops. Yeah, we beat the shit out of them.
Yeah, you protect your own
I can tell you why that changed. I can tell you exactly why that changed. Because all them black men with morals and values were targeted, taken out of the neighborhoods and homes, and that foundation there of respecting women, those guys suffered. The knuckleheads stayed around and sold the drugs, but the ones who was trying to keep the community together and keep that rapport, knuckleheads, look what the fuck happened to them.
Some of them suffered, some of them got fair time, because then all of a sudden we had a stupid ass man to turn governor.
That shit nationwide.
Check this out.
It is.
As we talk,
but they all the same.
As we talk about these
together.
this racism that happened with these mass shootings,
right
it gets me right into another segment about racism with this sorry ass
fuck racism
NCAA basketball.
Oh my goodness.
And this shit that they put out in their regulations.
You see the NFL came out.
That everybody, no, I ain't say it, but everybody's talking about.
I'm happy we already. You can't say that about us.
But what I'm saying is the NCAA has released something which a lot of players are calling the Rich Paul rule. Now, this NCAA regulation requires agents to now have a bachelor's degree and some other paperwork filed by the NCAA before they can talk to collegiate athletes that's looking to go professional. Now, a lot of people deeming that as racism because
it is
the number one agent in the NBA, which is LeBron James' agent, and his close friend, his homeboy, is taking the NBA by storm. He don't have a college degree. He's making deals and moves with these athletes, and this fucking NCAA, they see, you know what? We got to put a stop to this because that stock of athletes that we banking on to keep us paid is taking other routes.
But you know the crazy shit about that though? I knew this was going to happen 3 weeks ago.
But it's loopholes.
No. Know why I said 3 weeks ago?
Why?
Because once ESPN had a sit down with who was the little dumb motherfucker that used to follow LeBron all the time? Old cat. He used to play for the Wizards. Juwan Howard, right?
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And when Juwan Howard said, "Oh, you talking about Rich Paul? He runs the NBA, blah blah blah," and then the next 2 days, they had a fucking sit down on First Take talking about Rich Paul. And
Rich Paul makes shout outs to Rich Paul.
Yeah, shout out to Rich
Paul.
But
I knew it was going to happen because once someone says something, and then it starts bringing that attention to that person.
Yep.
And now the NBA is also saying that, oh, Rich Paul have all the best players. You knew it was going to be a problem.
This is what I like about NBA ball players. I think when it comes to any professional sport, The NBA ball players have found a way to secretly stick together and secretly make moves where they uplifting the people they came up with.
Except for when it comes to Melo.
Well, no, I think Melo's a scapegoat for a lot of shit. I think he opened the door for a lot of shit that people just don't see. But what's happening is these ball players sitting back thinking like, why am I giving a person I don't know 23% of my money when I can give it to my homeboy and all he got to do is read a few books. We sign a contract between us. You go in and walk in and tell them what I want. Yeah. They gonna even say yes or no.
I wonder how much influence Master P had with that too. Because remember he was addressing. Remember he was addressing the issue with the Kevin Garnett situation about how he getting ripped off and how us as blacks come from where we at and we allowing whites like to control our money, don't look over them and think they have your best interest, and they've been stealing the entire time. Right. So this whole time, I think they're really looking at it going and saying, hey, we can build our own empire where we don't have to deal with the troubles.
And the racism. Have a LeBron on his team.
But listen though, the racism infrastructure in the NCAA, this is the shit I don't like about it. You got, it's one thing to get these kids into your school and you give them what you call a quote-unquote top-notch education, right? But they can get that same education from the HBCU. It ain't no different curriculum. Nope. It's just these other schools got more TV money than the HBCU. Yeah. But what the NCAA doesn't do is they don't give these kids any type of financial support. None. Like, how can the fuck you come out of the struggle? You coming out the projects of your hood. You go to this school and they basically got you living in what's called like their dorm that kind of look like a condo. But once the season is over, school is over, you go right back to the projects. Mm-hmm. I should be leaving school with something. I should be able to go home and take care of my family when you're making billions upon billions of dollars and not giving us nothing. Like, this shit is crazy. Go ahead, Conway.
Well, I can contest a little bit, right?
Yeah, you can.
Some of the shit they say, that players say, you have to say you're not getting no help.
Of course.
But because I had a motherfucking South Carolina Gamecocks card that was $2,000 every 2 weeks on my card, and it didn't come from me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, but it was. Yeah, but I indulged in. I needed more.
Yeah, but here's the thing. But that's the thing.
But the agents.
The loop. That's what I'm saying. But listen,
suspension for the Gamecocks.
Hey yo, you need me, sure.
They get ready to go on probation because of what Conway said.
Yeah, but listen.
No tournaments for y'all.
Well, LSU.
Yeah, listen.
Man. Good.
That ain't so.
Hey, yeah.
That's Brooklyn. Yeah. But you gotta understand, like, certain things like that been always happening all the time. I remember when I was growing up, I couldn't understand when they started tampering with basketball and they wasn't allowed to show emotions. They wasn't allowed to, be physical anymore. Players was getting fined, and I kept scratching my head going, why hockey still fighting? There's a whole bunch of white boys in hockey. Yeah. Why is that entertainment? Why are you punishing when the league is now predominantly black and you got a little bit of white people getting punched around now?
Right.
Why is it now you penalizing them and then football players can't celebrate when they score a touchdown? You finding them, but in hockey, white boys get penalized 10 minutes in the box. Right. And then they come back out. But they still get the fight. Yeah. Ain't no money taken away. It's because they always doing an insult to our culture. And I just want to say, while we on this racism thing, before we get close to that, did y'all get the shit I said to y'all about the ice cream truck?
No.
You didn't see the shit? My stuff has been around for a long time. No, it's history. The ice cream truck sound. Oh, yeah, I know about that. I didn't know that song was, the song is Niggas Love Watermelon.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I said, you lying. I Googled it and played the real original song, yo.
Yeah.
It's called Niggas Love Watermelon. The ice cream song.
It's true.
Yo, it's true. I heard it was Columbia Records released it back in 1918, and they got the the guy name, yo.
That's crazy.
It's true.
Niggas
So
love watermelon, yo.
my ice cream truck, yo, kept playing Christmas songs.
He's crazy. Andy, you being a basketball enthusiast, Andy, what do you think is going to happen with this Rich Paul? You think it's going to be some loopholes? I think I found a loophole in the system.
What loophole was?
I don't know if it's gonna be a loophole, but I remember vividly hearing. I remember when they LeBron and like Rich Paul and all that whole situation.
Not to cut you off, but they also think that this situation is going to hinder Rock Nation too.
Oh, it says going to Rock Nation.
They think it's going to hinder Rock Nation too. But go ahead.
No, I would say
they controlling. Rich Paul and Rock Nation is controlling NBA right now.
They are. But I remember last year when Jim Boeheim and LeBron was going back and forth on Twitter. It was over the kid Baisley, Darius Baisley.
Okay.
He was going to go to Syracuse. He pulled back out because Rich Paul had got him a deal.
Overseas.
He got a deal overseas.
That's the one he got a New Balance deal for?
$1 million. And
that's
when I saw, I said, it's going to be repercussions from this.
I think the loophole is, I think a lot of these younger athletes, I think that they're going to end up either Clutch Sports. I think that's Rich Paul's. That's his company, Clutch Sports, right? Clutch and Rock Nation. What I think they're going to do is hire somebody in their team that has that actual credential, but everybody else around it is going to work it. Or these athletes coming out of college are going to go with these agents and say, "Look, I'll sign with you for my first year. After that, I'm done with you." Because it's saying that the stipulation states for them talking to athletes in college without them degrees. It didn't say that they couldn't be after their rookie year. It said in college. You know what I'm saying? A lot of Rock Nation and Clutch Sports people are not these athletes coming straight out of college. These are established people where they making millions of dollars and they're superstars, the Kevin Durant's and the Kyrie Irvings that know they worth and say, you know what, bitch, I'm not gonna pay him. I'm gonna go pay Jay-Z and somebody else that look like me to handle my business. And it's coming back into the community. Slowly but surely, that shit is starting to come. It's starting to come back.
They had one agent, Daniel Hazan, come out and like say his piece on the whole NCAA and was saying that the NCAA is wrong. And he basically has been dubbed the Rich Paul rule, and he's basically saying what we're saying right now. Like, it's no way that they can actually go through this without it being like a racism situation.
That's fact.
It is.
But also shout out to Chris Broussard.
Chris Broussard. Because in this climate, he might be fired soon. He might be fired soon.
For him to go out there and say, like, listen, man, we need to go ahead and these athletes need to use their star power and all this other stuff. And these recruits need to go ahead and go to these HBCUs.
Yeah, I honestly would like to see a black-owned network actually be as big as ESPN, but only show HBCU games.
But see, that's the thing though. Like, I ain't gonna, because people gonna be mad.
Well, say what you gotta say.
Yo, you know what?
Unified Radio.
It's the fucking HBCU's fault.
You say it's their fault?
It's their fault.
Why you say that?
Because the HBCU don't. If you can have a Zion, a LeBron, a John Wall, a Kyrie Irving, why not go for that?
They do go for that. Listen, they do.
Kevin Durant got
don't talk about Kevin Durant.
No.
I'm just talking about they do go for them players, but they don't have the money. They don't have them schools are driven by them TV contracts. If it's me, let's say
Morgan got as much money and Howard has as much money as Maryland. University of Maryland.
Well, University of Maryland sucks dick. They sorry as
fuck. But I'm just saying though,
we don't want to see them, and I'm from Maryland.
But they'll get the person before.
But what I'm saying, check this out.
Let's take a
Bethune-Cookman. Let's take a Bethune-Cookman.
Right.
Bethune-Cookman, Grambling State. Those are big HBCU games, right? Exactly. So if I'm the top athlete coming out that state in high school, right? I know that Bethune-Cookman and Grambling have a big game, and it's all my people. You know what I'm saying? And I know I'm gonna go there and be the star. But yet, Nick Saban just knocked on my door. He said, "You come play for me for." But listen, you come play for me for 2 years. You come play for me for 2 years. You're gonna play on national TV for 2 years. These kids are going where these TVs are going. because history shows that if you're on TV, it's much more easier for you to get to a professional level.
Yeah.
That's why when shit like the NCAA basketball tournament comes around, people think that these teams are Cinderellas. No, they really are a better team than that team that they just knocked off. It's just you don't see them because they're not on TV.
It would take I'm gonna tell you what it takes.
That TV shit plays a
It
big
would have
part.
to take a huge recruit. Like I would say, at least even saying maybe in the top 25, and it had to be quite a few of them that actually say, you know what, I'm gonna just go to a HBCU.
But they gotta do it together though.
They gotta do it.
Whoever's in the top 10.
They not even going for the coaches. You know what I mean? Coaches that fucking left these fucking white colleges that been just sitting there waiting, and an HBCU ain't never go out there and grab them.
Well, yeah, because a lot of them looking for the same type of thing. If my school has like, I'm a big Notre Dame fan. You know, that's a white school.
That's the case.
Right,
Yeah,
that's a white school.
Yeah,
but I've
it
been
is
a fighting
white.
Irish fan all my life.
Yeah.
They're on ABC, win, lose, or draw every fucking week. So that $100 million 3-year deal they got, that school is able to pay that coach that $25 million over the next 3 years that a Howard can't pay. Howard gonna say we'll give you $275,000.
Right.
Nah, dog, I need that $25 million.
But it's also going to take athletes that's already established within professional sports is also going to have to fund those HBCUs and actually use their star power to get to connect to these dang on high quality recruits.
They gotta go there too. It's gotta be. I would love to see the top 10 recruits.
But everybody's
in
scared that
football
when
and
end up
basketball
like
say,
Dr. Bill Cosby
Yeah,
also.
Morgan.
But all the shit that y'all,
Also, the fact of the matter of being is,
yeah, but you know what?
everybody around you are telling you don't go to that HBCU.
Yeah, agreed.
So at the end of the day, if you got the crabs around you, then you're not gonna go where the crabs don't want you.
But then, we coming out of crab society though, because if you from the hood, right, and you know y'all grew up on the cheese that y'all ate, the government shit, the shit that y'all grew up on,
Wow.
facts,
Wow.
and now a school
But you
is
got
offering
motherfuckers
filet
that-
mignon.
you got people
You're
that-
going with a filet mignon.
But that's what I'm saying. You got people that's right there in North Carolina that won't go to Carolina State
And, yeah,
or
obviously,
A&T.
and they good schools, but
They'll
the
go
culture
to-
got to
they'll-
change. Like somebody, and it has to start with the parents.
It's
If I got a top 10 kid, I might go to the other 9.
It's us versus them.
We can change some shit right now.
the North versus the South.
If it was to happen, trust and believe, it'd be a big shift.
Yeah, because Michigan wasn't nice to the Fab Five got there. They
Yeah,
still
but trust me, if this talk is out in public, that's and it starts happening. Like I say, the rules that they put in place, like you said, it might affect Rock Nation. You have to understand.
Well, it's not going to affect
Well,
them.
no, I'm not saying you said it might. But what I'm saying is that it's about money at the end of the day. A lot of money is shifting to, like you said, Jay-Z's organization, everything. And they knew, but they probably didn't know as much. But now that they got exposure, they're going to try their best to make loopholes so it won't happen.
They're going to just check it out.
It's just the fact of the matter being,
Let's wrap it up.
until we say, yo, that star player go to the HBCU, I was going to be just good for a battle of the bands of football.
I agree. But let's wrap this up. Go ahead, Andy. Drop your information for the people.
Yo, McFly101 on Instagram, Andy McFly on Facebook.
Boy, Fly.
Yeah, mine is Flesh, PHLESH 410.
Yeah, you know, mine is Conway, 83 in front of that. CONWAY, because why? You already know why.
And y'all can follow me on Instagram, man. It's Eric410. That's ERICK410. That's on Instagram and TikTok. And you can follow me on Twitter at Mr. Dawson101 and Eric Dawson, ERICKDAWSON.
Your
On
shit
Facebook.
TikTok.
I'm on TikTok. I'm made with, baby, made with.
Yo,
And
about to
it's
start
been,
doing dances.
And it's another great show over here with Imperfect Sense right here on Unified Radio. And we see y'all next time.